All right, this video is going to be just a little bit different compared to any of the other driving videos I've made in the past, and I say that because we have a special guest. You know, in the world of, making YouTube videos and, commenting on other people's videos, you end up finding some moderately cool people. But I'm not going to say, the person right here is moderately cool, because he is pretty cool. But that person is...
6 feet only. Hello, YouTube. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. The 8.6 Meister. So, what have you brought us here today?
Well, I have the 2023 WRX Premium.
Yes, sir.
Premium being the somewhat decent seats with heat. And yeah, I mean, this is what I'm rocking with as far as my new daily driver. So, that's what's going on. So,
hey, just so you know, he sold his Miata to get one of these. I'm not saying, that's, the right or wrong decision, but, hey, Miata is always the answer, you know what I'm saying? So, hey.
I would regret that, I'm pretty sure, but hopefully sometime in the next few months I'll roll over in the hood and then see Miata.
Who knows what the future has in store, but please tell the people what you've done to the car so far. Because, by the way, he literally just got it. Like, how long has it been since you've had it?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks, and it already, he's added his little touches here and there. So, like I said, please tell the people what you've done to it so far.
So far, I think I'm running with a nice little theme here. The front lip cherry blossom.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, the cherry blossom comes from the S4 STI in Japan.
Talk about it, please.
I'm running with the mirror caps here, the cherry blossom on here, as well as on the side skirt. I do plan on getting maybe the rear patch or the diffuser. I think I'm going to go with the diffuser.
Okay.
Just to kind of round out the car, because obviously you see the cherry way. Definitely going to fix that and make it a complete car.
Yeah, tie it into the back,
Yeah, definitely. I got the remark hat back.
Bro, and I heard this thing on the drive here. Like, it sounds like it's pretty good for just being a catback. It sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah. Oh, so to correct myself, the axle back installed myself, by the way. If you guys don't know, there's just 4 screws up underneath to take off the muffler. If you have a WRX,
yeah,
it'll take like 15-20 minutes and you're good.
Simple. Come on.
Also, can't go wrong with the STI wing.
You see it.
As you said, should have came like this from the factory. I believe so as well.
Subaru tripping.
Likes to make extra money.
They do indeed, yeah. You know how it is,
cars.
yeah.
And I do want to get an F1 light here eventually. Once I get the diffuser, I'm gonna get the F1 light and just do them both.
Like the one that blinks 3 times, when you.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll definitely get one of those, and I think that'll probably be it for the most part. And then I'll try to work my way to the wheels and the big brakes.
Okay, word. And any interior mods, anything you've done with so far?
But as any WRX owner would know, the Achilles heel of this car is that thing in there, and I plan on fixing that with a mod called Dark Matter X.
Okay.
Which is basically a mod that it's basically a whole shifting mechanism that will completely change the way that the car shifts, because first and second is very sloppy, but once you kind of get into the car, it's okay. And most people who really drive these cars get that fixed with shifter bushings and maybe a STI short throw shifter, but I think I'm gonna go with something different, being that I had a WRX before.
Okay, yeah. And it's funny because in the video he was talking about how sloppy the shifter is. I looked up that Dark Matter, short shifter kit. You didn't tell me it was $1,300. Yeah. What is so special about it to where it warrants such a high price tag?
I believe, normal STI shifters that you can get from the factory, I believe this one's just built from the ground up. It's the whole, it takes out that whole shifter. This will have nothing to do with what they created, and it's better built. In there, it's a lot of plastics going on, and it feels cheap. That one will feel more like a proper shifter.
Like how it should have came from the factory. But hey, this isn't just a social call. We did come here for a reason. So in a little bit, we're gonna see, you know, how well the WRX can hold up, you know, against the Miata on my home course, if you will. But you know, this is a privately owned, you know, road, so we can, you know, do things like, I don't know what I'm saying. All I know is enjoy the drive we're about to go on. This should be fun. All right, before we start this little tailgate battle, if you will, let's hear what this Remark axleback sounds like. Let's get it. You know me and my muffler delete and how I, you know, love that exhaust, but I was not expecting just an axleback to be that loud. But yeah, let's go. Let's get on with this tailgate battle. Yeah, let's go. All right, so you know, as me and, you know, Dom DJ I6 Speed Only was talking, I forgot to do the YouTube thing, you know, unplug his stuff. All of his stuff will be on screen now. You can find it, you know, first link, top of the description, and shit, I'll even leave it in the pinned comment. But we're here on, you know, the not so private course, and let's see how well let's see how well a WRX can keep up with the ND Miata. Let's get it. Bro, my toe keeps like cramping up, bro. This is not good. I did not expect my toe to keep cramping up. This is not like. Let me just shut up. The open air in the beginning of November feels good, I'm not gonna lie. And, you know, I do have a pretty mean looking WRX behind me giving chase, so. Oh, and by the way, you know, it is the middle of the day. It's 1 p.m. So, you know, if we're not like sending it, you know, 10 tenths going, you know, a lot faster than we're comfortable with going, you know, please, you know, understand, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it is middle of the day. It's not when I usually film, you know, so there might be, you know, a couple extra people out. So we'll be taking it easy once, you know, we run into some traffic. All right, the road seems to be open a little bit more, so let's get it popping. Wait for my mans. I may or may not have just dropped the tire, bro. Yeah, that was interesting. Ooh, good lordy lord. All right. really light over that corner. I'm not gonna lie. It's like low-key a blind right-hand corner, and like you're going downhill too, so. Alright. Yeah, you know, we stop at stop signs, yeah. Where's my mans? Where's my mans? Where he at? Yeah, I know this is my course and whatnot, and you know, he's not necessarily like acclimated fully, but like, you know, alright, you know, stop at this stop sign. Alright. Let's get it. My favorite road time. Oh, and we ran into traffic. Let's see. And here we are. Alright, well, hey, you know, it's fine, you know. We don't, like, you know, we happen to, like, hold the permit to this road. Like, for those that, like, are wondering, you know, we happen to hold the permit for this road at the same time as other people, you know. And, you know, it's not later, because we really, like, it's like later in the day when, you know, we have, like, you know, full access. And, you know, I mean, y'all know how it is, you know how it is. But, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with just a calm, you know, chill drive, you know. Look at the colors of the leaves changing, bro. I really can't talk for nothing, but look at the colors, bro. Like the leaves changing, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty, you can't lie. And like the views, you know, aside from, you know, driving like somewhat of a maniac, the views here, like that's apart from, like I said, driving like a maniac. That's why we drive. We drive for the scenic views. There we go. You know, I started banging gears more. I don't know if you noticed that, but I started, you know, really like just not really caring, because, you know, it's funny, like before today, the last time I drove this car, I was not that happy. Both the time I filmed it and the time I didn't film it. Like, both times I definitely wasn't the happiest in my life. So I'm like, you know what, let me just, you know, let this car take the brunt of what I'm feeling right now. And it's been great being able to, you know, channel these emotions. And besides, like, oh, you know, talking about it, besides that, that's a lot of the reasons why, like, I even care to do this in the first place. And I kind of wanted to elaborate on this in like a different video, but, you know, what good is time is any, you know. We do this because, you know, it's good to have some healthy vices, you know. Really, you're not harming anybody by just, you know, acting like a bit of a fool on some back roads. And obviously, you know, time and place, you know, right now, not really the time. It is the right place, but, you know, there's another, hey, you see, there was another WRX, but, yeah, there's definitely a time and place, and right now is not the right time. But like I was saying, let me stop at the stop sign so we can talk. But yeah, man, like, we really use, oh, Supra. Oh. Anyways, we use these machines, we use these hunks of metal on four wheels, like I always say, you know, to take all of what we're feeling. And for those that, you know, don't smoke, don't drink, don't party, she got close. My man. Shout out to my man. For those that don't smoke, drink, party, do nothing crazy, this is where we live. This is how we take our emotions out in a helpful way, or in a healthy way. You know, we're not, you know, hurting ourselves or hurting anybody else. You know, that's what it's really all about. Ooh, acting a fool at stop signs is my favorite pastime. Let's get it. like change my brake pads out or something, because you know these brakes are not hitting like they're supposed to. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely, like on this section, you know, on downhill sections, you kind of need your brakes, and mine, I don't feel as though they're working as optimally as they can. But you know, such is life, you know, maintenance and whatnot. I just gotta get past, bro. That's really it. All right, this is the I6 speed only interview. All right. First off, to those that weren't listening before, because some people just like to listen with their ears closed, go ahead and introduce yourself, name, where you're from.
I6 speed only, or DJ, whichever you want to call. I'm from Austin, Texas, but live on the East Coast now. So.
Okay, say less, say less. All right, first off, everybody talks about, you know, what cars they would have in their dream garage, and they go on this crazy ass list of like, oh, I own this and this and this. But for this list, we're gonna narrow it down to 5 cars. 5 cars that, you know, however much money you could walk into, 5 cars. What's your dream?
G87 M2. That is the current generation M2.
Competition though?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta be.
okay.
Gotta be.
Okay.
DC5.
Okay.
That's the Integra Type R. 5 cars. GR86, which I already have.
Okay, say less.
Dang, that's kind of 5.
Only 5. Because of course you could, you know, like 10, 15, because then you could pick, you know, start going on like different regions and whatnot. But
Right.
the 5 cars that really mean the most to you.
Okay, so the M2, the current one, DC5,
M2, DC5,
FL5,
FL5. Okay.
A6,
Last one.
and WRX.
Really, bro? The VB, like this exact car.
This one, yes. I've been talking about this car for so long and defending it. So I figured, you know, put my money where my mouth is. I always say like this car is actually really good, and it's actually growing on me. And this car, it'll be in the top 5 for sure.
Say less. And it's honestly a solid list. And like, you know, you have your FR and an all-wheel drive car, and really that's like all you kind of need in this life. So yeah, solid list, I'm not gonna lie. But what is one thing you wish people knew more about you? Like when you walk into a room and, you know, people like look at you and know you for one thing, what's one thing that they wish, like what's one thing that you wish that they just like automatically was like, oh shit, that's what this person likes. You know, you get the point.
I would say basketball, sports in general. I really follow it very closely. I'm super competitive, so I follow a lot of sports, and I probably play basketball better than half the people I run into.
Really now? Okay. And it's funny because, like, you know, as like the stereotype goes, you know, if you're a taller African American male and who's like slightly athletic looking, you automatically get, you know, the stereotype of like, oh, do you play sports? Do you play football? Do you play basketball? And like throughout my entire life, I've always been bad at like every single sport. So like, you know, it's funny, you know, going through different walks of life and finding the people that like, I guess do fit that stereotype, and then the people that don't. But please, what's your favorite sports team? Come on, what are we talking about?
The Dallas Mavericks for basketball, Philadelphia Eagles, go Birds for football.
Okay.
He's
from Texas. Team, like what?
Favorite hockey team, the LA Kings.
Okay.
Favorite baseball team, the New York Mets.
The Mets. It's funny because like I always just never liked baseball. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's actually growing on me. I think over the last 6 or 7 years, I've always been a Mets fan since about 2002. But over the last few years, I've been really trying to follow it. It's a lot easier to go to the games live than it is to watch, but it's getting better to watch.
Okay. Say less. All right. Say less. You are, besides, the cool cars, he's into sports too, if you didn't know. And you didn't know, but now you do. So, next question. If you could go back in time to one specific day or specific month or specific year, what are we talking about? What would it be?
Let's see, 2001.
Why? What happened in 2001?
Well, that would have been the time where I actually started taking basketball seriously, and I was attempting to go pro. So that would probably be, the best time I would go back to start over and just go pro. Okay,
he was that serious about basketball. There was a potential D1 star standing in front of me, and I would have never known about it if I didn't ask. That's the important. I'm gonna touch on the importance of asking questions real quick, because like a lot of people in life, they're so afraid to ask questions, or they just don't know what to ask. And I feel like in life, you always, the people that are the most curious and the most inquisitive, they always get rewarded the most, because the gateway to more information is by asking questions. You're never gonna know more in life if you don't ask questions. That's why I'm having this whole interview, because asking questions is important. But finally, to the most philosophical and deep question. A lot of people walk through this life not knowing what they're doing, and they're just kind of waking up every day without like a real motive and without a real reason, something that something that keeps them up at night, and like something that drives them to do anything at all. So what, Mr. I6 Speed Only, what is your reason for existing?
Now, I mean, I have kids, so I focus more on them and their well-being. For me, it's just all about fun now. I'll be retiring from the military here in about a year, so I'm just trying to have fun, drive cars, and just enjoy myself, pretty much.
Say less. Very, very fair. A man, that values his family, that values the toys. I mean, you see this, like, come on, stop playing. It's definitely a good set of things that help you get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And instead of being one of those people where, they just get up and, people ask them like, oh, what really gets you going in life? Like, what really fires you up? What really gets that like hunger, that eye of the tiger? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they don't know what that is, but it's good that thus far in your life, you know what that is, and you know what you stand for, you know what you hold dear to you, So yeah, that just about wraps up the I6 Speed Only interview. This is the end of the video. I don't really know what to say, because this is the first time I'm doing this. So I don't ever say like the video, but if you could, like, I'm not telling you because I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do, and that's why I don't really say like, subscribe. But if you've made it this far in the video, hey, you may as well. And my mans, check him out, YouTube, I6 Speed Only. It's been a pleasure driving with you, my man. It's been very educational. it's been great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Miata, man. You know what? I instantly regret selling my Miata because he was gone. Hey. And it's not all about horsepower. Those of you who are out there that think just big horsepower is everything. This car is very capable. So,
hey. Yeah. This thing boogies, the little red rocket. That's not what this is called. This thing boogies. This thing boogies for sure. But hey, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, go check out his channel. But yeah, peace. I'll see you in the next one. Shit, nice. Yeah. Nicely done.